And I think rightfully so, he got screwed.
Man, we haven't talked about so many things. Wow.
Let's get into the context of this before I get to the NHL reaction, to John Tortorella's reaction to the ref screwing up in the Chicago
Columbus
game.
Columbus, yeah.
So tell us the whole situation. How does it start? It's 1-1.
Okay. It's 1-1. It's in overtime. Chicago takes a too many men on the ice penalty, and the play is blown dead. What was weird about it, though, because there's so little time left on the clock, usually in that situation, you'll at least have a little chat with the ref going, hey, is there any time we could tack on? From my view, looking at the clock, there was an argument that at least, I would say, 0.3 seconds came off the clock after the whistle.
Okay.
Which is exactly the sort of thing they would rewind. It went in the opposite direction, where there was clearly a clock malfunction. Like someone made a mistake. Mistakes are excusable, forgivable, and in this case, correctable. So on top of it going the extra 0.3 or whatever, it went an additional like 1.2.
Which is enough.
It's a lot of time. To the point where, so the Blue Jackets score in overtime. They review it. The goal came too late. Forget the 1.2. If they had added the 0.3, I'm pretty sure that goal would have counted. So the goal doesn't count. Game goes to a shootout. The Blue Jackets lose, and on top of losing, Joonas Korpisalo, who is willing them into the playoff race, goes down with an injury.
Out 4 to 6 weeks with knee surgery. So, and he's goalie knee surgery.
And he's
not going to be
goalie
good.
with knee surgery.
Yeah.
If they're out, just let him sit out the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Well, and then
in a shootout that shouldn't have happened.
this shouldn't have even happened. And Elvis Merzlikins,
You got it.
Elvis, he
Rose from the dead.
He rose from the dead.
Said
and
it's
he
going to be
said,
a Blue Jackets Christmas.
I'm gonna win a hockey game. That's my Elvis impression. It's really good. I'm Elvis.
Please keep working on that.
Yeah.
What if Elvis came back from the dead?
Elvis is in dead.
Mr. Boss, what the fuck is it?
He's eating a banana sandwich on the bench.
Sorry.
Mr. Blue Jackets, what the fuck? Mr. CBJ WTF?
There's got to be a Mr. Every team. What the fuck?
Babcock's back as an assistant? What are we talking about? Oh, yeah. So this guy doesn't even have a win.
Right.
And now he's your starter for the foreseeable future.
Right.
He has a win now. But anyway, the Blue Jackets lost that game. And Joonas Korpisalo. Tortorella blows a gasket after the game, and he said that the league screwed us.
Please don't do that.
Did I? Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. I woke up the screensaver there. But he did. He did that. He banged on the table, and it's Tim Hortons almost spilled, but it didn't.
And he called out Toronto specifically because that's where it's unfortunate. They got to move the video offices out of Toronto.
No.
There's enough
I
reasons.
want to be the
They gotta
bad
put him in
guys.
space.
No, we should be the bad guys.
Can they really? You want to be the bad
we got to be
guys?
the Death Star.
Ah.
Is that a correct reference?
Yeah, no, it's good. They are,
All out. Yes.
That's the big bad undefeatable thing that ends up being defeated every fucking time. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Is it like
What
the
I love
Family
about
Guy
Star Wars is
episode
like
where
the-
they built the one patch that could be like if you hit it in this one place, it'll be defeated?
Yes, that's what it
how the
was.
Family Guy one went.
Well, and
It's the
that's-
king hippo of
that's-
spaceships.
that's the
Anyone
best-
play Punch-Out?
That's the best part about Star Wars. It's like, hey, this humongous planet-sized machine that blows up other planets. Well, there's one little weakness, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And then they blow it up, and then 2 movies later, they're building another one.
Are they going to put in
do it
that
again.
same patch?
No,
Or-
this time it was. I think the first time it was they had to send a proton torpedo down a fuel shaft.
Yeah.
The next time they actually had to fly into it and blow the main sort of thing, and then it all collapsed in on itself. And
Okay.
And then they had to race to get out because it was exploding around them as they were leaving.
The Death Star's one vulnerability: bombs.
Kind of like was it better or worse than the last scene in Independence Day where they're driving into the thing and then he drives out with the
Hey,
ball?
boys!
Yeah.
I'm back!
Top 5 movie moment of all time.
Oh, he's great.
Unbelievable.
Great. And I love his son's like, Dad, don't do that. Dad. He's like
Dad.
sitting at fucking mission control. Like, who lets their kid in the mission control, even though half of Earth has been wiped out? Is like, Dad, what's he doing?
Dad, you're embarrassing me. Kid, shut up! The fate of everything is on the line right now. Who even let you in here?
If that was in 2020, he'd be sitting there and be like, Dad, I'm trying to do a TikTok.
Dad.
Don't drive into the alien.
Dad, what's he doing?
Dad's about to kamikaze the aliens, LOL. Okay, now I'm going to put a filter on that where I wear bunny ears. And also find out which Disney character I am. Okay.
Anyway, so here's the explanation from Colin Campbell. By the way, his name is spelled Colin. He chooses to be called Colin.
Which is not a thing I would do.
Colon's not the word I would choose to be called. But anyway.
We got to ask his parents about that.
Yeah, or just... Anyway, from Colin Campbell, the NHL, director of hockey operations. You can tell that no NHL person is ever going to be on this show when we say shit like that.
Gary Bettman's been banned. Yeah.
Oh, right,
So,
yeah. Well, listen, I'm sure Gary Bettman was just lining up to be on this show.
Someone from like NHL marketing followed me recently. I'm like, that's going to be a tough follow for you. Oh, well.
So on why time wasn't added back after the Blackhawks too many men penalty. Number one, this was a 5-part statement. This was a grade 7 essay. There are 5. There is the intro. There is the first body, the second body, and the third body, and then there's the conclusion.
And a therefore. Yes.
Therefore.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, there was a timeout, so there was ample time to do what the officials felt they needed to do, if anything. Example, they were not rushed.
Not an explanation of a single thing.
Number 2, we have video of the referee, Chris Schnelker, skating over, questioning the clock operator in the penalty box, then going back over and giving an explanation to Brad Shaw.
So here's what we have so far. 1, the refs could have done stuff. That's what that first
They
bullet
had enough
is.
time to do stuff, is what they
Second
said.
bullet. Yeah, they had enough time to do stuff. Second bullet. We have video of them attempting to do stuff.
Talking about doing stuff. Not
Talking
attempting.
about the possibility of them doing the right thing.
Number 3, the penalty assessed is a too many men, which requires an assessment of play, i.e. too many men. Kane received the pass, then the officials made an assessment of the player going to the bench and blew the whistle after deciding it was too many men on the ice. The whistle does not sound as soon as Kane touches the puck. It's not a delayed high stick trip, etc.
It is unbelievably irrelevant to John Tortorella's complaint.
Number 4, the on-ice officials can always adjust the clock if they feel it's required. The official timer can notify the on-ice officials if there are any issues from his perspective. Toronto can get involved if we see issues. Assessing when the whistle is blown is hard for us to do, sitting in Toronto and not being in the building live. So why are you in Toronto? Why not send somebody to every game to assess?
What it is, that's not an explanation. That explanation is explaining what a loser league. What part of the explanation is it's hard.
The people you want at the game assessing are the referees.
Yeah.
You don't need to send anybody. The guys are on the ice doing the game.
But then he just came out and said, well, it's hard.
It's hard. You know, we can't be at every game. It's hard, Jesse. Well, I don't understand any ref.
We can't just...
They got eyes and ears. They could have gone back and watched the thing and gone, oh, mistake, and corrected it.
We can't just look at the replay.
That's preposterous.
We can't just analyze the replay.
That we're already watching. We can't just watch the replay that we're already watching.
We are only getting involved if the call needs to be overturned. Except when it needs to be overturned.
So, Colin Campbell has so far opted for the burrito bowl.
Therefore,
This is just
this is the 5th part.
ingredients mixed up that mean nothing.
And number 5, what John said in his press conference was unprofessional, along with unacceptable. We're dealing with it, and I've already had an initial conversation with both Yarmo and John.
So he got a $20,000 fine for that. And something I've never seen before in sports, a tentative fine of $25,000. Conditional fine. Yes. Of $25,000 if he says anything else, I guess, the
Inflammatory.
NHL deems as inflammatory, between now and the end of 2020.
Like the whole year.
Yes.
Yeah. December
I hope he
29th, 2020 is when that ban is lifted.
And
Save that bullet, Johnny.
Oh,
Save
yeah.
that
No,
bullet.
yeah.
Save it for literally January 1st, 2021. And just be a dick. And Blue Jackets fans, big applause to you. You're making the NHL look like absolute assholes.
Yes.
Because I don't know how much money they've raised, but
Just over 5 at last count.
5,000? Okay. Well, they're raising money not to pay Tortorella's fine. They were smart enough not to go that route. But the money is going towards John Tortorella's charity,
Yes.
the Tortorella Foundation, John
Which is
Tortorella?
about saving animals.
Yes.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Because by all accounts that I've heard, off the ice,
He's
outside
great.
of hockey, great dude.
Now listen, I've been pretty critical of the guy, especially with the Duclair stuff, and there's been other things before. But there is one thing, like here's the thing. When you criticize somebody, people have the tendency to think that you just have a rivalry or that you always will hate this person or not like. He was right. He's 100% right. There's
Yep.
not a thing about. I don't like when he does this to players, sewers guys like he did with Duclair. But
Yeah, he gets into moods where he's like, you know what? I'm going to say Duclair can't play hockey and also that Panarin shit his pants.
right,
That was the same presser.
same presser. But
You should have got a fine for that.
probably, but in this case, I mean, well, or you know, if he's correct, he's correct, and he is correct. And the NHL offers absolutely nothing, and
Nothing.
and what blows me away.
Make the officials available for comment. Sorry.
Well, yeah, or and do what the NBA does, which is here's what they got right, here's what they got wrong.
Yeah, and here's
accountable.
Imagine how accountable you would be if after every single game they're like, and here's a list of fuck ups.
Here's the problem I'm seeing right now is that there seems to have been, and I know this is going to be a surprise to know, there seems to be a kingdom at that office. And no one talks about it because everybody who broadcasts to the NHL has a connection to the NHL, and you can't say that. But
Not allowed.
like, when was the last time you can remember somebody interviewing Gary Bettman and making him uncomfortable? Where it wasn't just like, hey, do you like the Winter Classic? Yeah, we sure do.
Yep. You know, Ron
Sure do.
McLean,
Fans
It's great for the
showed
local
up.
fans.
Ron McLean
Yeah.
got a lot of flack for that, but dude, he was right. Like
To
what?
Torts?
No, like he used to always go at it with Bettman.
Ron McLean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and now it's just sort
Because
of like,
he could, because Hockey Night in Canada was a CBC thing and they weren't. They are not. I don't think they're allowed to do it anymore. I don't think they're going to
that I
put.
can't
I don't think
comment on.
Gary Bettman's going to put himself on TV with Ron McLean ever again.
Whoops. Sorry, I was trying to look this up. Colin Campbell is the guy who referred to. Remember all those emails came out?
I do.
He referred to Mark Savard as that little fake artist. This guy, buddy, shut the fuck up forever. How is he still sending press releases after that stuff came out?
I'm surprised that it even came from him. Like Colin Campbell, I don't know. Like usually you'd hear from Bill Daly, right? That's usually the guy that it comes through.
I don't know.
It's there's a little fiefdom happening, and it's been happening for years, and it's really annoying because what they're losing with each successive year is accountability. Each year it happens again and again and again, and the power consolidates, and it makes less and less sense, some of these things that they do. And when situations like this arise, you don't get a conclusion. You could still find John Tortorella and say the officials were wrong.
I think that would have been pretty legit.
Like,
'Cause
why would you do that?
can't-
Like, you can't have John doing that. You also can't have you can
Yeah.
have John doing that.
People understand that even though they got screwed, you're not allowed to say we got screwed
by the league.
by the
Right.
Yes.
You could say that the official made the wrong call. If he'd said that, no fine. But when
He
you say
could
the
have literally
league
just
screwed
stuck
you,
to the facts.
Yeah.
And said the clock went down, and we asked them to put time back on, and they didn't.
it's a joke. Say that.
It's a joke. Yeah, watch and he still might have got dinged for that. Probably not 20 grand. I don't know.
But instead of just saying we were wrong and he was wrong, he's getting a fine for it because we can't have that. They do this fine and then a conditional fine. By the way, at this point in Tortorella's career, I don't think 25 grand is going to scare him.
No,
I think it's
I
the
also
fine
don't think
after
he's
that.
paying that. I think his owner's probably like, I'll take care of that for
Yeah,
you.
probably.
You know?
Probably the owner's
We'll
probably
write
just
that into your
pissed.
contract or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we'll give you a $20,000 bonus,
Right.
or a $20,000 vacation somewhere.
gift.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's not on Torts.
yeah.
I don't think so.
I just-
And also, Torts has been a head coach since
why is it?
God knows when. He's got the money.
Why is it so easy for three fucking yahoos with a podcast to go? If I'm the NHL, here's a solution that works for everyone, and the NHL can't figure that out. That's when you start to get into groupthink stuff, and I think that they're right in deep with that. There is just shit with this league where you're like, I cannot for the life of me fathom where they're going with this.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm not going to get my head up my own ass and be like, we're very smart on this podcast.
No, but this is the thing. I just said we're not.
I know. But like, you watch the clock. Okay, here's where it should have stopped. Oh, it kept going. That's all they had to do. All they had to do.
Right, and all we ask for, and all the players and coaches and everyone, consistency.
Yeah.
Just be consistent.
Get your headphones and your little Tamagotchi that you review stuff on there and friggin' fix it.
Do what you're paid to do.
Yes!
You get paid a lot of money.
I get that it was the holiday season and you're dying to get out of there to see whoever. Come on, man. Call the game.